everybody, it's Katie from Ray & Company Face Painting and Body Arts, and we are thinking spring today, doing a little daisy design, kind of a flower crown sort of design. And so before we get started, let's just go over some supplies. The really awesome thing about this design today is that it doesn't use any fancy supplies in terms of paint. Everything is done with some basic colors, like a basic 12 color palette. So we'll go over the supplies real quick. So I have a mister bottle here to activate my water-based paints. I'm not using any black today, but I have a tag regular white for the daisy petals. So we'll go ahead and set that up here. We will probably use a little bit of basic holographic glitter today. So I'll set that aside. And then in terms of brushes, what I have here is I have a big drop brush, I have a Paint Pal Pretty Petal brush, and I have the little drop brush. These are just two Filbert brushes, really. And then I have a number 3 round by Blazin' brush. Now, you don't need to have two Filbert brushes. It can sometimes just help speed up a design so that you don't have to rinse in between colors. So that's really the only reason. Otherwise, the flower petals are done today with the little drop brush. Okay, so in terms of other supplies, I do have some paint over here. I have a larger paint palette with a mix of different brands and stuff. But if you are interested in starting your own face painting kit, you can head over to rayfaceart.com/learn and pick up this guide, How to Build Your First Face Painting Starter Kit, which I just updated for 2020. And so it's got a lot of really great links in it, updated pricing estimates and stuff like that. So you want to snag that. It has 4 different budget levels in there to help you get started. Okay, so let's get started here. We are going to start with the daisy design in the middle. So I'm grabbing my little drop brush and I'm going to reach for my white. Zoom in here for you guys. I'm just going to activate this off camera with a little spritz here. And I'm going to dampen my brush. And we're just going to get this loaded up. So it's pretty wet. I've got, it's kind of watery in there. I'm looking for kind of a creamy consistency. And I know this light can kind of blow it out, so it's hard to see sometimes. Okay, so one trick to get, to make a design symmetrical is just to simply give yourself some guidelines. So I'm going to kind of give myself a guideline of working in these areas. So I just split it into 4 marks, and then I'm just going to give myself, a couple more, all right? So now I have some basic guidelines to get started. And to make the petal, these are just bigger, bolder teardrops. And so to use a Filbert brush for a teardrop, essentially you want to flip the belly on its side. So the belly of the brush is the middle part here, and you're going to want to flip it on its side like this, and you're going to press down and drag up. Press down and drag. So that'll give you some nice big bold teardrops. So here we go. We're going to start down here. And we're just going to kind of flick to the center. And some of these are going to be a little bit fatter. Some of them are going to be a little bit skinnier, just like nature, right? And then we'll just fill in the gaps wherever we want. Right? I'm just going to sneak some more in here. But at least I know my design is symmetrical because I put those marks down ahead of time. This one is off a little bit over to the side, but that's okay. And the whole thing probably could have been shifted up just a hair. As you see over here on this one, we were working mostly above the eyebrows. So this probably could be shifted up a little bit, but you get the idea. We're just practicing. All right. If you only have one Filbert brush, then now is the time to rinse that one out. I'm just going to go ahead and grab my big drop brush, get it damp, and then I am going to head over to my paint and load it up with some yellow. So I just spritzed my yellow. I'm going to get this guy loaded up. And maybe a little bit more. So get it nice and loaded. And then to give it a little bit of dimension, there's always a fine line between getting it too wet and not wet enough. The little trick here is to give it a little bit of dimension, I'm just going to drag it sort of in the corner of my paint or wherever I can just to get a little bit of orange on it. And so now you can kind of see that, can you see it? I've got a little bit of orange on the side. Maybe we could go a little bit more. And my orange is not really activated, so I'll give it a little spritz. It'll help us pick up a little bit more. There we go. So now you guys can see that I definitely have some orange and some yellow on there. So we'll head back over to our face. And I know that this is really well loaded, so I'm just going to kind of blot it on my skin here. And you can kind of see that you got that dimension. And essentially what I'm going to do, maybe I'll do this on my arm as well, is I'm going to try to keep the orange on the outside, and I'm just going to kind of press my brush down and give it a twist, something like that. So kind of press your brush down and just give it a twist. And then you can get kind of a circle. Something like that. Okay, so that's a nice little design in there, little circle. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab that Pretty Petal brush, and we are going to go back to our paint, and we're going to load it up generously with some yellow. So I recommend having at least one Flora brush in your kit. I really love the Paint Pal Pretty Petal brush, which I'm working with right now. There's other Flora brushes out there though, but they just make it really easy to make cool effects, floral effects with your paint. And so you might struggle to make some of these if you don't have a Flora brush. All right, so for example, what we're looking for here is we're just looking for, this is called a double dip, and we're just looking for something kind of yellow on the outside and orange in the middle. And you can see that all you have to do is kind of press your brush down. So here again, I would like to kind of give myself a little bit of a guideline to be going this way, and maybe something a little bit over here. And then what I'm going to do is just come over here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Is we're going to just press our way up to the top, and we're just alternating sides. My grandma actually gave me this idea because there is kind of there's a flower that sort of looks like this. Now I'm forgetting what it is. It's not hyacinth. I want to say that it's like, man, I'm not even going to guess because I can't remember. But anyway, we were talking on the phone, and she said that I should incorporate some of that in my designs. And so I Googled it, and I said, you know what, I think that's really pretty. So I think we will do that. All right, now I'm going to go back into my paint, and I'm going to grab just a little bit of green. We're just going to work in just a few green sprigs. I think every good floral arrangement, especially if it's a floral crown, needs just a little bit of greenery. So it's kind of wet here still, so you might want to wait till it dries, but I'm just kind of going in between those petals and kind of putting some greenery, sneaking some in there, if that makes any sense. And you could do this with like a split cake if you have one that has a little bit of, a couple of different colors. Just give it a little bit of dimension. I'm going in with like just a hair of a darker green now. And you might not even be able to see it. It's just ever so slight, so you might not even be able to see it on camera too much. So just darken it up a little bit. I'm going to activate this darker green paint. And before I get to mention, before I forget to tell you guys, be sure to check the description of the video. I've been trying to put in some really helpful links and stuff in there about the products that I'm using, and so that you guys don't have to go writing it down and hunting around for it. So if you're just kind of wondering what kind of products I'm using, check out the description. The website is in there as well as a link to that buyer's guide. So yeah, don't forget to check there. And we'll just put a couple little dots there. You could also, put some over here by the eye, or do some sort of, some sort of fun, teardrop, kind of little decorations over here. Totally not necessary. Maybe just livens it up a little bit. But yeah, not necessary. One of the other things you could do as well is just give each one of these like a little glimmer, as if maybe the sun is catching it. So just a dot on each one of these. Just give it a little bit more liveliness. Okay, so on this one, I'm not using any fancy glitter. I think what you could do is just use some basic holographic glitter and give it a nice little mist of holographic glitter, and then that would be, I think, super pretty. And you may or may not be able to tell too much on there. But anyway, you guys, that is about it for this pretty little daisy crown design. Again, head over to rayfaceart.com/learn. You can find me on rayfaceart if you on Instagram. So if you end up doing here, I'll switch over to this view. If you end up doing this design, tag me at rayfaceart.com. At rayfaceart. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. And then again, how to build your first face painting starter kit. You can check out how I kind of went from here to the kit that I have now. And it's updated for 2020. All that stuff is in the description, or head over to rayfaceart.com/learn. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will catch you in the next one. Take care.